بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well.
Wa alaikum salam. Alhamdulillah.
Right. Continuing from what we did last week, Sister Bilqis, Sister Nigat sent me the homeworks, and Doctor sent the homework in the class. So I want to explain what happened. So Doctor made some good mistakes. He made some mistakes, but they were good mistakes. So I'm going to elaborate on those mistakes because it's quite important that you understand this. Now, first of all, we will need to go through I'm going to revise everything with yourself, what we did last week, because it's really important to understand. Now, first of all, I mentioned last week that the present tense verb has three states depending upon which particles or letters of particles enter the present tense. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I said there's fi'l mudari marfu, fi'l mudari mansub, and fi'l mudari al-majzoom. Correct? These are the three. Fi'l mudari marfu, mansub, and majzoom. And also the noun has three states. Sister Debu Nisa Kanji, Assalamu alaikum. What were the three states for the noun?
Walaikum salam. Three stages of the noun is Fele Mudaria.
No, the three states of the noun, not for the verb, for the noun.
Is it just now you told us Marfu, Majzoom, and Mansub?
Yeah, that's correct. That is for a verb. And for the noun as well, there are three states, depending upon where they are located in the sentence. What were they? I did mention that last week as well. They're different from the verb. What were they? Like if we say al-kitabu, why is it al-kitabu jamilun?
I don't remember, sir, last week's
No, you remember it. It was fi'l mudari marfu, mansub, and
Majzoom.
majroor. Majroor. So these are the three states. Fi'l mudari. So all of the nouns, for example, we can say ja'a. So we can say kitabun, kitaban, and kitabin. So these are the three states of a noun. Kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. Now, remind yourself, if I want to say Zaid came, how would you say that in Arabic?
Say
Yeah. Ja'a.
Zaydan.
Zaydun.
Zaydun.
Why is it Zaydun?
It's Marfu.
Why is it marfu? Because it's the doer of the...
Samatain.
Yes. It's because it's the doer of the verb.
The doer of the verb, yes.
So Zaydun. Ja'a, Zaydun. Zayd came. So the dal on Zaydun is getting a dhamma tanween because it's the fa'il. Because there's a ruling which you remember, I said kullu fa'ilin marfu'un. All doers of a verb are in the state of marfu, either receiving a dhamma tanween or a dhamma. you remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
And for example, and then that's also kullu maf'ulin, kullu maf'ulin mansubun. You remember that?
Yes.
Kullu maf'ulin, all objects of a verb are mansub. What does that mean? Do you remember?
It's fatah.
Get fatah. For example, if I said, I ate, so the verb akala is he ate. How would you say I ate the apple? So the verb for apple is at-tufahatu.
I ate akaltu. I ate akaltu.
Yep.
Tufahun.
So the tufah,
Tufahan.
no, it's tufahatun. It's tufahatun is has a time marbut at the end.
Yes.
So how do we say it? Akaltu tufaha,
Tufahatun.
tufahatan.
Tufahatan.
It's the object because of fatah tanween.
Yeah.
Akaltu tufahatan.
Yes.
Yes, is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
So who is doing the action of eating in akaltu?
I am
And what is the thing you're eating?
tufahatun.
Tufahatan. Okay, good. Now, if I want to say now, so here the noun itself, tufaha, is getting a fatha tanween, so it's mansub. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the third state of the noun is majroor, when a noun is preceded by harf jar, or
Yeah.
it is mudaf ilay, like kitabullahi, abdullahi, zayd, talibu, muhammadin. Now,
Yeah.
the mudaf ilay always takes a kasra or kasra tanween. Now, if I want to say the book, the student is in the classroom. So the student is in the classroom. How would you say that?
Talibun fil firstly.
Now, when there's alif lam, the last letter of the noun does not take the tanween. It takes
Yeah.
atalibu,
Talibu fil firstly.
atalibu fil fasli. So now fil fasli is getting a kasra, which is called majroor.
Majroor, yes.
Correct? So these are the three states of the noun. Is that clear? Sister Tadia, Sister Kauthar, Sister Nigat, Sister Sabira Kanji, Sister Shabnam Walji. Is that clear for you? Okay. Now moving on. Now I'm focusing today because the examples which I've been given in the group, I'm going to correct those mistakes. Now, first of all, the present tense. This is quite important lesson, because if you are not able to distinguish what type of present tense verb it is, you can change the meaning from wajib to mustahab or makruh. So normally all imperatives, whenever you have a command, it normally indicates upon wujub. So I'll give you an example. You know, in the Quran it says aqimus salata. Aqimus salata. Does everyone remember reading in the Quran? Aqimus salata wa atu zakata.
Establish prayers.
Exactly. Now, normally in Islamic jurisprudence, normally whenever there's a command, it normally indicates upon imperative, wujub, meaning obligation, that perform this action, that it is wajib upon you. That's a normal general ruling in usul al-fiqh jurisprudence. Now, and sometimes, depending on the context, it can indicate upon recommendation. So knowing the present tense and the different types of present tense, it will give you an understanding that you have the correct understanding. You don't translate it from being not or a negative command or a positive command. So it's important that you understand this. Now, all of the present tense verbs, the original state is called fi'l mudari
Mansub.
marfu. Marfu. Marfu mean what? So when I mean marfu, I mean that the singular verb in the present tense, like, can you see on the screen? Can you
Yeah.
see the screen? So in the screen, I have yaktubu. The singular verb huwa is getting a dhamma at the end.
Yes.
And in here, the taktubu, there's a ba which is getting a dhamma.
Yes.
And anta taktubu, the ba is getting a dhamma. Ana aktubu and nahnu naktubu, the ba at the end is getting a dhamma.
Yes.
So there are 1 yaktubu, 1 hiya taktubu, 2 anta taktubu, 3
Okay.
ana aktubu, nahnu naktubu, 5. There are 5 verbs which come with, they're called af'alul khams, they're called af'alul khamsa. Af'alul khamsa, these are the 5 verbs that in all of these 5 verbs, the last letter of the present tense takes a dhamma. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
So whenever the present tense does not or is not preceded by lam, la, mim, or lan, the singular verbs huwa yaktubu, hiya taktubu, anta taktubu, ana aktubu, and nahnu naktubu, they take the dhamma at the end. Okay. Now,
Yes.
in the plurals, in huma yaktubani, huma taktubani, antuma taktubani, antuma taktubani, the endings are added in the dual forms of the present tense. There is a noon with a kasra being added. Okay. Now this noon with a kasra which has been added, this noon with a kasra is trying to show that the present tense verb is in its original form. Exactly. There's no lam, there's no lan before it.
Yeah.
Then in hum yaktubuna and antum taktubuna, these noon with a fatha are coming to show again that the present tense is in a halatul marfu, in its original form. And in anti taktubina, this female, singular female, there is a noon with a fatha. This noon with a fatha is coming with that to show that the present tense verb is in its original form. So when the present tense is in its original form, we call it halatul marfu, fi'l mudari marfu. As I said, the present tense has 3 states: halatul marfu, halatul mansub, and halatul
Majroor.
majzoom.
Majzoom.
And there are 2 forms of the present tense verb. How many forms? There are 2 forms of the present tense verb which will never change. What are those 2 forms?
These are hunna and antunna.
Correct. Hunna and antunna, in all of the 3 states of the present tense, these verbs do not change. Is that clear for you, sister? Shabram, Sadia, sister Nigrat, doctor, sister Amin Abbas, is that clear for you?
Yes.
Yaktubna and antunna taktubna, in all of the 3 states of the present tense verb does not change. It remains with a noon with a fatha at the end. Because this noon is called noonun niswa. Look at the hand on the actual text. I wrote this on noonun niswa, noon of the women. It represents women itself. And here yaktubna, noonun niswa. And so over here it says these are the noons. Right. Then we have the signs of fi'l mudari. Where's it gone? Sorry. So the prefixes which come in front of the present. So the prefixes which come in front of the present tense are the following. It could be ya, ta, alif, and nun. as you know, correct?
Yes.
Right, brilliant. Now, the next thing I need to do is, because the doctor made a fantastic error, which is giving me the opportunity to teach this, there are two things. Now, last week, now I'm going to first of all, can you read this, Sister Sister Farhana? Can you read this points here? Sister Farhana, can you come on the mic?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Signs of Mudari. Start from here, please.
Signs of Mazari. Alamatul Mazari, which comes in the form of prefixes. Ya, ta, alif, hamza, ya, ta, hamza, and noon.
Correct.
To negate al-fi'l al-mazari, the particle la called harfun nafi, la nafiya is brought before it. For example, the girl does not read. La taqra'ul bintu.
La taqra'ul bintu. Now, there is la an-nafi, harfun nafi, or la an-nahiya, nafiya. So this la, which comes in front of the present tense, this is negative, meaning that it's, for example, over here, la taqra'ul bintu. Now, is someone forcing her not to read?
No.
She's doing it herself.
Yeah.
That is called la nafi. So you will see that this lam comes. It does not change the present tense verb at all. Can you see that at the end? There's still a dhamma on the last letter.
Yeah.
If I want to say I am not reading, how would you say that? I am not reading. The verb is yaqra'u, change that to I am. La
Akra'u.
La akra'u. La
akra'u.
La akra'u, I'm not reading. How would you say we are not reading?
La naqra'u.
He is not reading.
La yaqra'u.
She.
La taqra'.
Correct. La taqra. La taqra or la taqra'u?
La taqra'u.
Correct. Is this clear? So when you want to say not in the mention a negation, then you add lam in front of the present tense, and that gives the meaning of not. So you're doing something with your own will without any compulsion, and this is called a negation itself. Or so not negation, negative.
Yes.
So this is negative itself, not. Okay. Now I'm going to ask a few other sisters as well to come on the mic. Doctor, can you come on the mic as well? Dr. Zafar, assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Wa alaikum salam.
Now, because you made the mistakes, that's the reason why I'm teaching you. I'm going to go through the whole lesson in a different way, just to clarify the mistakes you have made, and you'll realize what the mistakes you have made.
Okay.
Now, if I'm going to say I am not writing, the verb is yaktubu, and if I say I am not writing, is there a second person forcing you not to write?
No.
You're doing it yourself. So
Yes.
how would you say that I am not writing?
La aktubu. La aktubu, yes.
La aktubu. And she is not writing?
La she. So la taktubu.
Correct. So the present tense verb remains the same, does not change, but you just add la in the beginning.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Next person I'm going to ask is Sister Kawthar. Kawthar. Sister Kawthar, are you there?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you say? I didn't realize you said me.
So,
Alaikum salam.
how would you say he is not writing?
La yaktubu.
La yaktubu. She is not writing.
La taktubu.
Excellent. Brilliant. Sister Sabira Kanji. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
The verb is akala. Yakula means he is eating. If I want to say I am not eating, how would you say that?
La
أكلت
Present tense.
لا أكلت
لا أكل.
or لا أكل. Okay.
Yeah. لا أكل. I am not. How does it? We are not eating.
لا نأكل.
She is not eating.
لا تأكل.
Correct. So can you see it? So you have the present tense verb and just bring la in front of the present tense, and it gives the meaning of not, of present, and it's a voluntary negative present tense, implying that you don't want to do something. Is that clear?
Yeah, that is clear. But when you said that the homework that you
I'll go through the homework. That's what I'm doing. I'm literally going through the homework now. Because what doctor did by doctor sending it in the group, it may have confused some students in the group. So I have to teach the whole lesson in a different format just to make everyone realize what the mistakes are yourselves. Rather than me teaching and telling you the mistakes, I want you to realize what were the mistakes.
Yeah, no, it's I was going to say, but he is directly quoted from the Quran, so I didn't understand what the mistakes were actually, and I know my Arabic is completely zero, but
no, that's fine. It's not zero. I'll correct the mistakes now, and you will understand, because it's good that he's done that. So everyone benefits, inshallah. Okay.
okay.
I think I'm getting the gist of it though.
Yeah.
So Sister Shabnam, come on the mic down, please.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Alaikum salam. Sister Shabnam, now the verb I'm going to give you now there is, let me make this clear. There are two types of present tense. Sorry, there are two types of las which come in front of the present tense now. Remember this point. There are two types of lams which come in front of the present tense. One is a negation command. Remember this, the term which I'm using, negation command. What this means, you are preventing someone to do something or to perform a action. That is called a negation, and that is called la an-nahiya. I'll write this in the group.
On the sheet, Shaykh, that we had to do for homework, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's happening? Doctors, I'll do this. I don't want to answer it now. I'll tell you what he did, so that you understand. Give me 1 second. Let me just log in. Give me one. I want you to write these terms so that you understand. Then once I teach them, you understand exactly what's happening, because this is crucial. Because all of the Quran is full of this types of verbs, la and la. So la and nafi or la and nafiyatu, and then you have the other la. Just write the shadda al harakat on there so that you have the right spellings. And the other is la an nahiyatu or la an nahi. La an nahi. So there's two names. Now, la an nahiya or la an nahi. When this comes, this demands whichever person you were speaking to not to perform the action. So that's a demand. And that's the reason why it's called the negation or the negative command. But then the negation is better. Okay, so that's negation, la and nahiya or la and nahi. And la and nafiya, it's something which a person himself willingly or voluntarily decides not to perform an action. For example, if I want to say to Shabnam, I am not writing, how would you say that?
لا أكتب.
We are not writing.
لا نكتب.
She is not writing.
She is not writing.
Yeah.
So she's not writing is لا تكتب.
Is that clear for you so far? Correct?
Yes.
So when la comes in front of the present tense, it remains the same. Sister, okay, I'm going to move on now. Sister, Jazakallah. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm going to move on to the main theme. Once I find it. Right. I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask Sister Amina. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Amina, can you come on the mic? Alaikum salam. Can you hear me loud and clearly?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now, can you, as I've explained earlier, that the present tense has three forms: halatul marfu, halatul mansub, and halatul majzoom. Okay. Now I'm going to cover halatul majzoom. It's written on top as well. In English, majzoom is called the jussive case. Jussive is Jussive. That's what they call it in English, the jussive case. Now, when lam comes, lam. Yep, can you see it?
Mhm.
Sorry?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, so when lam comes, now when lam comes, what this does, it changes, so lam itself is a particle, it changes the present tense meaning to past tense. And it's in the meaning of not or didn't. So for example, yadribu means he is
hitting.
And when lam comes, it means he did not. So lam yadrib means that he did not.
He did not hit.
Yeah, he did not hit, and it changes the present tense meaning to past tense.
Okay.
Lam yadrib. Now, in lesson number 4, does anyone remember in lesson number 4, there was a particle which enters the past tense, and it also indicates he did not hit. How do you say that? There was a particle in lesson number 4 which said, if you add this, it gives the meaning of he did not. What was that? Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. What was it?
Ma zaraba.
Correct. Ma daraba. So ma daraba means he did not hit, meaning that he himself chose not to hit. So lam is the one which comes with the present tense, which gives the same meaning as ma daraba. So lam yadrib means he did not hit, and ma daraba, he did not hit. The only difference is that ma comes with the past tense, gives a negation for the past tense, he did not, and lam comes with the present tense, which indicates he did not hit. It's the same thing, but one is past tense, one is present tense. The meaning is the same. Is that clear?
So can I ask, what's the present tense of he is not hitting?
He is not hitting.
Yeah.
La yadribu.
Okay.
So remember, la yadribu, he is
Yes.
not hitting. And
Okay, got
lam
it.
yadrib, he did not hit. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Still on the mic. Now, when lam comes, this is a particle which comes in front of the present tense, and when it comes, the singular verbs yadribu, tadrib, like yadribu becomes, it takes a sukun at the end, becomes lam yadrib. Tadribu will become
Lam tazrib.
correct, and then anta tadribu will become lam,
Tazrib.
and the next one ana and nahnu.
Ana Adrib and Nahnu Nazrib.
Lam nadrib.
Lam
Lam,
Nadrib.
yeah,
Yes.
lam adrib and lam nadrib. So you
Yeah.
see in these forms, the last letter takes a sukun.
Stop. Sukun.
Do you remember I said earlier on that in the present tense, the noon with a kasra and the noon with a fatha, in the jul, noon with a kasra, and in the plural, masculines, you're the noon with the fathas, yes?
Mhm.
Yadribani and yadribuna. When you make fi'l mudari majzoom and it's preceded by lam, yadribani, the noon with a kasra and the noon with a fatha is
Omitted.
omitted. Correct. So it becomes lam yadriba, lam.
Yazribu.
And as you know that in the plural masculines, once you drop the noon with the fatha, because there's a waw, you have to add an alif. So they added an alif at the end.
Okay.
Yep. Is that clear so far?
Yes. Thank you.
Now, last point, and then I'll bring someone else. Yadribna and tadribna. I said about the plural feminines. What happens to them? Do they change or not? They
No.
don't. They remain the same. This noon remains intact. It does not change. So
Mm.
lam yadribna and lam tadribna remains the same. Now, I want you to go through all of the 14 forms now of lam.
Okay. Lam Yazrib. Lam Yazriba. Lam Yazribu. Lam Yazrib. Lam Yazriba. Lam
No, that's a mistake.
Yazribna.
No, the number 2, female, a jewel. That's lam yadriba. It should be lam tadriba. Should be a ta, not a ya. Not a ya. Should be a
Okay.
ta.
Lam Tazriba.
Continue.
Lam Yazribna. Lam Tazrib. Lam Tazriba. Lam Tazribu. Lam Tazribi. Lam Tazriba. Lam Tazribna. Lam Azrib. Lam Nazrib.
Is that clear for you?
Yes, thank you.
Right. Okay. Next person, Sister Sadia. Assalamu alaikum.
Ji, walaikum salam.
Okay, Sister Sadia. Did you get a chance to listen to the recording?
A little bit at the very end there, yes. I didn't
Okay.
do full.
Okay. Excellent. Now, as we but you've been here since the beginning of the class today, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, as we're speaking about la nafia and la and nahia. Nafia means negation. So not negation, negative, meaning not. And
Yeah.
la and nahia, he did not. Not and do not. There's a difference, yes? Not
Yes.
means that he is himself voluntarily not doing it, and
Yeah.
do not. La and nahia comes in the meaning of not. That la, when you say la, and you add the present tense verb, it comes in the meaning you should not. He should not hit. He should not hit, and he is not hitting. Which one is compulsion and which one is optional?
Optional is he's not hitting.
Exactly, and he should hit. Or not sorry.
This
He should
is
not hit. He should not hit.
it. Yeah, it is la nahia.
Correct. Now, la and nahia, which is a negative command of preventing someone to do something, when you're going to make that, what you will need to do, it is from the category of majzoom. It's from the category of majzoom. What does that mean?
That it will be taking
Sukun.
jazm.
Yeah, jazm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So in the singulars, it will take a jazm. In the duals and the plurals, the noons will be
Dropped.
Now, these arrows, which are pointing here, because this column itself, they have wrote yadrib here, and when the arrow is pointing towards the right, it means that what is coming over here can be transferred across over here. But the only thing you need to do, add the lam in the beginning, and the verb will remain the same, but the meaning with the la will change.
Yeah.
Is that clear? So
Yeah.
if you want to say, now can you conjugate for me the 14 forms of nahi when you're commanding someone not to do something? If you want to say you should not hit, how would you say that?
You should not hit.
Yes,
Means la nahiya we are talking about, isn't it?
correct.
So it will be you will be tazrib.
La,
So la tazrib.
okay, and he should not hit.
La yazrib.
She should not hit.
La tazrib.
Excellent. Now I want you to conjugate for me the 14 forms now of la. La
La,
and fi.
yeah, la yazrib.
Yep.
La yazriba. La yazribu. La tazrib. La tazriba. La yazribna.
Mhm.
La tazrib. La La tazrib, la tazriba, la tazribu, la tazribi, la tazriba, la tazribna.
And la adribu.
La,
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
that the same because there is no arrow, but
Yeah, there's not a negation for I and we. That's fine. Perfect. Now, is this clear for everyone now? La and nahiya, when you're saying a negative command of someone he should not do, you add the la, and the last letter will take the sukoon, and that's la and nahiya. And la and nafi is he is not doing, which is optional, then the present tense verb remains the same. There's no noon drop, there's no dhamma which is removed. You just add lam in the beginning. No other person externally is demanding him. Is that clear now, doctor?
Yes, thank you very much.
Now, so that's the difference between la and nafi and la and nahiya. So what you have done, doctor, now it's let's correct your mistakes now. Where's it gone? First one. Read it, doctor, and I'll correct it for you. Bismillah. You the first example.
The first example is that I gave you.
Yes.
Okay. So the first one was La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh dhalimin.
So what have you done here? You have put la.
So, La as a la nahiya.
You put as a la nahiya. Okay. Now remember this point.
Not I did, but Allah did.
Okay. You made you put this as an example of la nahiya. Okay, let me add another now. Now in the Arabic language, there are different types of lams, okay? There are different types of lams. Now, there are two lams which you have done so far today. We did la and nafi and la and nahiya, correct?
Yeah.
La and nafi and la and nahiya, what were they coming in front of?
Of an amr.
No. The
Of a
question
mazare.
exactly, they were coming in front of
Mazare.
a present tense. Doctor, look at this example. La ilaha.
Yeah.
Is ilah a noun or a verb?
Is a noun.
So what did you put it there?
So that's a la nafiya rather than la nahiya. No.
La nahiya, it comes with a verb as well, doctor.
Sorry, say again.
La and nahiya, it
Yeah.
comes in front of a verb. La and nafi comes in front of a verb as well. Ilah,
Yes.
ilah means God, means God,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And you gave the example of la in front of God. So how
Yeah.
can it be example of la and nahiya?
So, which is the mistake? Because I only wrote the word la, not la nahiya, that he wanted the examples of. So I just picked up all the laws that I could think of.
Yeah. So what you've done, you haven't contemplated thinking of the lams. So because it has to, the la and nahiya is the one which comes with the present tense,
Yeah.
and ilah, it's a noun. So this type of lam, this lam is called. This is a different type of lam, which comes with the nouns. So this type of lam, which comes with the actual nouns, it's called. Should I teach you now? Or should I not? Have you heard of? क्या कहते हैं English में?
Urdu में बता दें.
It's a term in English language. لا نفي للجنس. لا نفي للجنس. لا نفي للجنس. Homogeneous. Have you heard of that word before?
Jins, the species.
Species, yeah. So when we say La ilaha, that means you are completely
Negating
denying all types of God. When we, in the kalma, when you say La ilaha illallah. So when this la comes with the kalma, La ilaha, this lam, which, now remember this point, whenever you see a lam with the noun, that lam, it's kulai nafi lil jins, means that the lam which gives negation of all of that species or that category of noun or entity which you're talking about itself. And the noun which comes after that lam, which is going to be a noun, always comes with a fatha itself.
Okay.
So here, la, can you say la ilaha? Ilaha, the ha is coming with a fatha. So
Yep.
this is not la and nahiya, or neither it's la and nafi. This is la and nafi lil jins.
Lil jins. Okay.
When this comes, it sometimes comes in the Arabic language. Sometimes, for example, if you want to say in English as well, there's no man in the house. There is no man or there's no woman in the house. So the noun which comes after this lam the noun which comes will only take one fatha.
La rajula fil baiti.
Exactly. La rajula fil baiti. Sister Sabira. If I want to say there's no woman in the house, how do you say that? Anyone?
La bintun fil baiti.
La
La
bintun.
imratu.
So the word is imra'ata, yeah.
La imrata.
Fil rajuli. Or fil baiti, sorry. La imra'ata fil baiti. So this is in the Quran it comes. Like, I'll give you an example. La ilaha illa ant, or la hawla wa la quwwata. This is an example which we normally use. La hawla wa la quwwata. This lam is la fil jins, and there's no power, there's no person more powerful than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that when this lam comes, the noun always after it comes with a fatha itself. Okay, so this itself, it's not part of that.
So does that mean it encompasses all the ladies?
Exactly.
Saying all ladies are not in, or all
Yes.
men are not in.
Exactly. There's no woman, there's no man, no men in the property itself. It negates the whole species itself.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that lam is called la nafi lil jins. Jim, noon, sin, jins. And then is that clear, everyone? Sister Farhana, Sister Nigat.
Yeah, this is clear.
And the next example which Doctor gave in the group, Allahu la ilaha illallah wal hayyul qayyum la ikraha. Again, la ikraha. La is again, ikraha means compulsion. La ikraha. Ikraha is a noun, and lam is coming. So this is la nafi lil jins. There is no compulsion fid deen. Now, a lot of people misunderstand this, misconstrue this. Now, this means, okay, and listen to this carefully. What does this mean? If I'm a Muslim and if I don't pray namaz, can I not be forced to pray?
Yes.
So yes, exactly. So like a lot of people misconstrue this ayah saying that there's no compulsion in religion. This there is compulsion in religion. Once you have embraced Islam, then there is compulsion upon you because you have accepted the domain of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu as your Lord. Now there is compulsion upon you. But when you have not accepted Islam, there is no compulsion upon you to accept Islam. So la ikrah fid din, there is no compulsion in religion, meaning that for you to accept Islam, we don't force you. But when you accept Islam and you have entered the realm of Islam, then upon the Hakim Sharia, implementing the laws of Sharia upon you is our duty then. Because now you've accepted Islam. You would take as much time as possible to contemplate, reflect about Islam, but once you're in Islam, then there is its requirements and there are penalties if you don't keep the requirements and then there's the obligations and the performing of the wajibat itself. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah, could it be like when I've chosen a school, I need to wear its uniform. I have no other way around it.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. Good example. Yeah, good example. When you've chosen a school, you can't choose you can't choose a green uniform or a red uniform or a yellow uniform or a blue uniform. Yes, once you've accepted it, you have accepted the uniform as well. Correct. Absolutely good example, actually. And now the next example.
Sorry. So is that like Rahafiddin? Is that the Nafi one or the species one?
This is a species one because ikra is a noun. Then, well, the next one, Dr. Wala yuhituna.
Yes, this is also la nafi lil jins.
Nope. Yuhituna.
Sorry, this is not that. This is verb. So la yuhituna bishay'in. No one encompasses.
Exactly.
So this is la nafiya.
This is nafi.
Yes.
There is no one who is encompassing. Here, la is coming in front of the present tense. Can you see the moon there? Can you see the moon is remaining? The moon is not dropped. If the moon was dropped, then it would be la and nahiya. Because the moon is there, is la and nafi.
Yes. Okay.
And next one, wala yu'uduhu.
Wala yuhudu.
Again, can you see the dal having a dhamma? This is lam and nafi again.
Yes.
If you had a sukoon or the dropping of the noon with a kasra or a fatha, then it would be la and nahiya. Is that clear now, Dr. Vrian?
Yes. Yes, it is becoming clearer now. Thanks.
Jazakallah. Sister Bilqis, can you come on the mic now? Number 4. Alaykum salam. Now, Doctor said, Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun la a'budu ma ta'budun. Now, in Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun, there's nothing there of la or la. Now, the next ayah, la a'budu ma ta'budun. This lam which is coming, what type of la is this?
It's la nafi. Coming on the Mazarin, it's not affecting the Arab of the verb.
So, what is the meaning? Abada, he worshipped.
I do not worship.
I am not worshipping. Yeah, I am not worshipping. La abudu, I am not worshipping.
Not worshipping. So it's in a indicative state.
Yes, it's in la nafi, correct, as you said. And then the next one, wala antum. Can you see this? Wala antum is a noun after that. This is a la for negation of jins again.
Yes. Then again, wala ana abitum abattum.
Exactly.
Nafi agents.
Exactly.
Again, same in the 4th ayat is the same thing because antum is coming after la.
Wala antum, correct.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Correct. And number 5.
Yeah, wala yakhafu. It's also a la nafi because it's we can see that present tense still has its rough state.
It has a dhamma at the end. Excellent.
State. So it's just it's stating a fact, but in like a negation that wala yakhafu.
It's case and negative, not negation. If it's a negation, that's a negative.
Yeah. Wrong term. I used the wrong term. It's it's a negative. Yeah, it's a fact, but it's a negative fact.
Yeah. And number 6.
Number 6, yawma la tamliku nafsun li nafsin
So yawma la tamliku, he will not be owning his soul. The soul will not own anything. So la tamliku. So you can see the present tense coming with dhamma again. So this is
yeah. So I think in the whole this whatever brother sent, there are no examples of the la nahiya.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the reason why he sent a mashallah, a good piece of work with a lot of la nafi lil jins. That's the reason why I had to teach this. Is this clear for you, Sister Farhana, Sister Bilqis, Sister Shabnam, Sister Sadia, Sabira, Mukarrama?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sister Mukarrama, apologies. Let me send that to you.
Yeah, thank
Give me 1 second.
So
yeah.
all those examples like la tadkhulu, la tanalu, all these are like nahiya.
Yeah, لا تدخلوا بيوت النبي. So with that lam, that's line nahiya. The noons are dropped. So when the noon is dropped, that
And
is
majzum. Yeah.
exactly. So that is a command of you not to do something.
Mhm. Okay.
MashaAllah, that was good. That was good. Sister, I think it's going to, who's me next? Sister Nigat.
Ji.
La fata illa ali, la sayfa illa zulfikar. This is a really good one. What is this? It's easy. La fata, there is no youth illa except Ali. So when there are two negations, la, there is no youth apart from Ali. That's the emphasis. La fata illa Ali. There is no youth except Ali. There's no youth except Ali. La sayfa illa dhul fiqar. There is no sword except the sword of dhul fiqar. That is the translation of that.
Yes.
So what is this? Is it la nafi, la nahiya, or la nafi lil jins?
La nafi lil jins, because this is jumla ismiya, there is no fail.
Exactly. So both of them, la nafi lil jins, correct. Now the next one, this is correct. The doctor's got them right. This lam. So what's happening here now?
Lam yalid
Lam
walam.
yalid.
जी तो ये सुकून दे रहा है यलिद को तो दिस वन इज लामुल लम जो है वो है
Jazima.
Sorry?
It's called
Jazim, harf-e jazm hai.
Yeah, harf-e jazm, correct. So originally, if lam wasn't there, what will the harakat be on the dal? Lam yalid, it's got a sukoon.
जी, अगर लम नहीं होता तो यलिदा होता?
Yalidu. Walada yalidu.
Yalidu.
The dal should have a dhamma. And the next one, walam yulad.
जी ये भी सुकून हो गया जज़म हुआ यूलद पे लम की वजह से तो ये हर्फ जज़म है
Correct. So it should be originally yuladu.
यूलदु ये मजहूल है.
Yes, fi'l mudari majhul, correct.
जी.
And the next one,
वलम यकुन लहू कुफुवन अहद तो वलम again यकुन I don't know इसको सुकून तो दिया है लम ने.
Okay, let me just write this in the group.
This one is different.
This is a different one, so I'm just going to write this in the group. Originally, it was the past tense. Just look at this. It's kana.
Yakunu.
Ahsanti. Yakunu.
Ji.
Kana yakunu. So, whenever lam comes.
इसका वाव ड्रॉप हो गया है.
Exactly. So that's what I'm going to explain to you. So what happens? As you know, let me make this clear. I'm going to write this on the chat box. Can you see? Have a look in the chat box, in the Zoom chat box. If you see there's two sukoons, if I make the noon with a sukoon, kana yakunu. So it becomes two sukoons. Lam yakun. Why is it a sukoon? Noon with a sukoon. Whenever a weak letter and a non-weak letter join together, the noon, the waw will be dropped. So that's the reason why it's lam yakun. Lam yakun. Is that clear, Sister Nigat?
जी जी जी.
And the next,
जज़म दिया है इसने लम ने लेकिन वो दो एक साथ थे तो ड्रॉप हो गया.
That's right. Number 2, alam tara.
ألم ترى كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل.
Yep.
ألم ترى. تو لم is this one is maybe this the harfi illa is drop
Yes.
because of
Yes.
Islam.
Yes, exactly. So the original verb is ra'a, yara.
Ara, yeah, yara.
Let me write this down. Ya, ra. So the ya is being dropped. So ra'a is the past tense, he saw, and yara is the present tense. So when you have a weak letter at the end of a 3-letter verb and you have the present tense and lam comes, in the singulars, the weak letter is dropped. That's it. Even though it doesn't take a sukoon after dropping the ya, whatever harakat is there, it remains with the harakat. So it becomes lam yara and lam tara. So alam tara, there's a ya there, the ya has been dropped. Alam
It's
tara.
not, this means not necessary always ke no need drop ho ya bhi drop ho sakta hai agar illa aa raha hai.
Yes, if it's a weak letters, yes. In the singular verbs, the ya or the waw can be dropped as well. Inshallah, I'll do this once we do the verbs, inshallah. And the next one, alam yaj'al.
In this one is lam is sukoon jazam because of lam. So yaj'al.
So what was the last letter before the jazm on the lam?
Is the harfe istifham?
Yes, correct.
So what's your question? Sorry.
So if the lam wasn't there, what would be the last letter on the lam? Yaj'al, what would it be?
Okay, anjala yaj'alu.
Correct. Ahsanti. Thank you. Next person, sister. Who's gonna be next? Sister Kauthar.
I don't know where you're looking. I don't know where the last two came from.
The work which doctor sent in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Number 4 is
number 2.
Number 2.
You know the example also out of the Quran, La ilaha illallah, and there is a lam. The examples of lam where he has done, he's in 1 and 2.
I'm trying to make them bigger, but
it's number 2. Examples of lam. Alam tara kayfa fa'a.
Oh, I see. Yes, sorry.
Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil.
Yeah, sorry.
Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil.
Yeah.
So here we've done that one. Now you're doing number 3. Alam nashrah laka sadraka. So alam is coming. Nashrah means to open or expand. Did we not? So R means hamzatul istifa. Did lam not? Sharaha yashrahu. So can you see the ha is getting a sukoon?
Yeah.
So lam is coming, given the present tense with a sukoon. Alam nashrah laka sadraka. Sadraka is mudaf ilay, and it's the object of what we are expanding. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 4. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. So alam yajidka. So the root word is wajada.
Yeah.
Wa jim dal as a past tense. He found.
Yeah.
Wajada. And the present tense verb, the ya is dropped in the present tense. Is yaji, yajidu. Wajada.
Yeah. Yajidu.
Yajidu. So what's happened is that the last letter is given a sukoon.
Yeah.
So it becomes alam yajid ka, you. Did we not find you as a orphan for Awa, and we've provided you shelter?
Yeah.
So lam is coming and yajidu is getting a sukoon at the end. Lam yajidka. Yep.
Yes.
Jazakallah. Thank you for that.
Jazakallah.
Okay, next one will be to who I'm going to get next. Who has not had a chance yet? Who's next? Who is next? I can't. Who's next? Amina, Abbas, Bismillah. Number 5. Number
Number
5.
5.
Yeah, Mathalul Ladina, example of those حمل التوراة, those who carried the Torah, ثم لم يحملوها, and then they did not carry it. كمثل, they're like the donkeys, يحمل أسفارا, as if they're carrying weight itself. So, where is the example of fi'l mudari majzoom? Lam. Look at lam.
Yeah, lam yahmiluha.
Yeah, so what is this happening here? What has been dropped to show that it's fi'l mudari majzoom? The waw is the key thing. The waw in that example, yahmiluha, is giving you the hint of what has been dropped.
Noon.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the noon has been dropped. Ha is been referring back to the actual Torah itself. That they did not carry it, refer to the Torah. So the noon has been dropped. Is that clear?
Yes.
Brilliant. And next example, qala, an example of lan. Lan. Now, okay, let me explain now lan before I start lam.
Okay.
Lan itself, when this comes in the singular verbs of the present tense, yadribu, tadribu, and tadribu, adribu, nadribu, the singulars, yadribu, tadribu, they will take a fatha. They'll take a fatha. Yadriba, lan tadriba, lan tadriba, lan adriba, and lan nadriba. They will take a fatha. Now, when lan comes, this indicates future negation. Lan yadriba will come in the meaning he will not hit. Is that clear? Sister Bilqis? Sister Sabira?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Sister Sadia?
Jesus, yeah.
Sister Mukarrama, is that clear for you as well? Now.
Yes, sir.
Sister Abu Nisa?
Yes, sir.
Any questions from anyone before we move on? No? Okay. So Sister Amina, do the example now. قال ربي أرني.
قال ربي أرني أنظر إليك قال لن تراني. So لن تراني.
Yeah, so here the tara, the lan tara should be a ya after the ra, there should be a ya. That ya has been dropped. This noon and ya, this is an object. You will not see me. So this is a weak letter verb. So the ya has been dropped. Alif has been put there just to be able to pronounce the tara ni. So the alif has been put there as a means of differentiating that this noon tara ni is known for the object, for me. You will not see me. Last example number 2, and then I'll bring someone else on the mic. Number 2, وَإِذَا قُلْتُمْ.
وإذا قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد.
That's the Jews saying to Musa alayhi salam, "Oh, Musa, we want our appetite. We want a different appetizing food as well." So they said, "Qala Rabbi." They said, "Oh my Lord." When they said to Musa, "We cannot bear to have one dish. We want more dishes. We want biryanis. We want our food. We want different dishes itself." So here, what's happening? Lan nasbira. What's happening here now?
Lan nasbira. So nasbira, I think.
Yes, lan is adat nasiba. It gives a fatha to the present tense, and in the dual and the plurals, the noons are dropped like adat jasna, like lam.
Okay.
So what's happened?
The noon is dropped.
Here, lan nasbira. The ra. What's happening to the ra? Or nasbir.
Oh, it has a fatha.
Correct. So it changed from a dhamma to a fatha. Is that clear?
Okay, yes, thank you.
Jazakallah. Sister Mukarrama, you could do 3 and 4, and then last one, Doctor himself could do it and show his talent. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. كل لن يصيبنا إلا ما كتب الله لنا هو مولانا.
Correct.
Say, nothing shall befall you, no misfortune shall befall you, except that Allah has written it for you.
Correct.
لن يصيبنا. So this is for the future. It is taking the present and making it into the future.
Correct.
Shall
Future
not
negation.
befall you any misfortune.
Correct. So the verb is asaba. The verb is, I'll write this down in the group. Asaba, yusibu,
Yusibu.
yeah. Asaba, yusibu. It's a 4-letter verb. Asaba, yusibu.
So this is for a group or all the people. Kullan yusibana. Shall not befall you any misfortune.
So what's happening to the ba? Ba is the last letter of asaba. So lan is coming before it.
Yeah, so it is the object of the
Noon alif na is the object, correct. But what's happening to when lan is coming to yusibu, it's asaba yusibu. So what's happening to the last letter of the present tense verb yusibu?
the Zama is changed to a fatha.
Correct. That is the thing which is happening. So this is adatul jazit fat nasiba to the present tense. Yes?
Yes.
So that's what lan is doing. Changing it from a dhamma to a fatha.
It is a present tense, but it is indicating into the future.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct. Correct. And number 4, qala innaka.
Qala innaka lan tastati'a ma'iya sabra. So we had told you that you will not be able to be patient with us.
Lan tastati'a.
Lan tastati'a.
Can you see this? Stati'a. Now what's happening to the last letter?
It has become fatha from tastati'u.
And the past tense is istata'a. I'll write this down. Istata'a.
This is the anta.
Yes.
The mukhatab.
Correct.
Mukhatab tense. Yeah. Lan tastati'u has become lan tastati'a.
Correct.
Ma'iya sabra.
Is that clear for you?
Not be able to be patient with us.
Is that clear for you, Sister Mukarrama?
Yes. So what does tastati'a actually mean from Arabic to English?
It comes from istata'a, yastati'u, istata'a. It means to be able or capable. In other words, it comes from the word istata'at.
Right. Okay.
Which means have the provision, ability, and so forth. Istata'a, yastati, istata'atan.
Capable, able.
Yeah, that's right. And the last one, Doctor, 5, and that will be the end.
Okay. Maybe I should say a couple of other things before I attempt it. First is I'm terribly, terribly sorry to all the ladies here that I got you into this.
No, it's really good.
And secondly, it's for you that stop giving us homework. Otherwise, you'll have to write a new book because we'll be deviating from the path you want us to take.
No. This what you've done is actually, it's really good. I actually appreciate what you have done because this is really important because the other group as well, this is everything which I needed to cover. By having this homework, it allowed me, it gives an opportunity to everyone assess themselves and know the difference between la and nahiya and la and nafiya as well, which is really important to understand that when la and when it's la and nafiya, then you add the la with the present tense, and it gives meaning of la yadribu, he is not going. And if it's la and nafi, la yadrib means he should not hit. It's a negative command of not performing. So it's really, really important that you understand the difference between the two.
No, it's been a really good learning today. So the last one is lan tanalul birra hatta tunfiqu mimma tuhibbun. So lan tanalu. I can understand the grammar of it, but the mastar or the what's this tanalo is?
Okay, so the word the root word is nala.
Nala.
Nala. Nala yanalu means to receive, obtain.
Okay.
Nala yanalu. I'm writing this down now.
Thank you.
So these verbs, some of these verbs, I'm going to send them in the WhatsApp group because I need you to practice these verbs as well, because these verbs come in the Quran again and again. Once you memorize one, understand the patterns, it's crucial. Give me one second, let me correct the mistake. So nala yanalu is the same as khafa yakhafu. The verb khafa yakhafu means he feared. So I'm just writing this out.
There was an example in the la that I gave, one of the right ones. Wala yakhafu uqbaha. So
Bismillah.
Okay, so lan tanalu is here. The tanalu is the example of antum. So,
correct.
So here the noon has been dropped.
Correct.
And alif has come into
protect the waw
and take the waw.
Yes, to protect the waw because it's plural masculine. So the waw is alif is coming just to protect it. The waw. That's a lan tanalu. So you means that you will not obtain
the goodness until you give away what you like.
Okay, the great thing you have done, Doctor, you've allowed the students to learn something else as well today, which is this.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Thank you so much, brother.
Totally agree.
Yeah, it was such an amazing class today. Comparing different type of laws side by side was just like it was very easy to understand. Thank you so much.
This was really good. So now that I understand, there are 3 types of la. Is that right, or there are more?
Yes, there are some other ones as well. But these are the 3 at the moment which I need to teach you. But there's another point, and this will be the end of the class. So here, there's la and nafi, la and nahiya, and the la. I'll send you some notes on la and nafi lil jins as well, so that you've got some notes on there as well. Because if I do dictation, it takes a bit long. So I'll give you some notes that whenever la and nafi lil jins comes, the noun which comes always after it, it will only take one fatha itself. And that means you are negating all of that species in that particular area itself. Now, over here now, lan tanalu al-birra hatta. Continue. So you didn't first one is correct. Now, remember, sisters and brothers, this is the other type, because I didn't remember last week I said to yourself, I'm not teaching you all of the different types of particles of majzoom. I am not teaching at the moment all the other particles of mansoob as well. So I just taught lan. Correct? Lan, it's a particle of mansoob that the present takes a fatha. Now this one here, hatta, is another one which is a particle of nasab as well. Hatta. This is another particle as well, which now hatta, when this comes, it comes in the meaning of until. Hatta comes in the front of the present tense, and it means until. So lan tanalu, you will not obtain goodness, and the condition is what? Until you do this. So this is a conditional sentence where the first is the condition, lan tanalu al-birra, you will not achieve goodness until when? This hatta comes in the front of the present tense and it makes it mansub. And how is this becoming mansub, doctor? Hatta. What?
Dropping of noon.
Exactly. Do you
Is
agree?
it not the harfe jar? Hatta is not
No,
harfe
no,
jar?
no. This is again, there's two types of hatta. There's one hatta which comes with a noun, like hatta matla al fajr. Hatta is coming with the noun, but this hatta is coming with the verb. And this comes in meaning of until. You will not attain goodness until you tunfiqu, until you spend.
Give away. Yeah.
Give away. So what's happening here now, doctor? What has been dropped in tunfiqu?
Noon.
Exactly. So the past tense is a 4-letter verb. Anfaqa, alif, noon, fa, qaf. It's a 4-letter verb. Anfaqa, yunfiqu. And that's it. Noon has been dropped. Mimma, from what? Mimma tuhibbuna, from what you are liking or loving. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Will
Right.
someone please take a screenshot? My phone is new. I don't know how to work it yet.
Screenshot for what, Sister Abu Karma?
Of the verbs that you have given and their.
Okay, I'll send it across. I'll copy it and I'll send you these verbs, the past tense and present tense as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikh. Jazakallah khair.
And how did you find it, everyone? Was it a bit too challenging, or was it?
It was brilliant. It was fantastic class today.
Very informative, really.
Very informative.
Very
The challenge would be to retain it.
Practice.
Interesting.
So if you want to retain it, doctor, shall I give you another homework?
Yes, please give us some homework, sir.
Then be prepared for 2 new classes. Then.
So what you can do is this. I'll give you an easy one. So what you need to do, the best surah is go for the. I think Surah Baqarah is better. If you go for Surah Baqarah, either Surah Baqarah or Surah Naba, or Surah Naba, or 30th juz, or juz 29. If you do these juz, like Surah Nuh, Surah Mursalat, Surah Mulk, these surahs are good. Or Surah Baqarah, do them. So if you go for the surahs, go for the easy ayats of Lam and Lan. Now, question, I want to ask this question to Sister Abu Nisa, Sabira, and Sister Farhana. Do you want me to? It is entirely your choice. And Sister Shabnam, do you want me to, as we're doing the whole chapter about huruf adat jazim, fi'l mudari majzoom, fi'l mudari mansoob, fi'l mudari marfu, if you want me to, do you want me to send the other particles as well to you, so that when you're doing, or because you pretty much have a good understanding, do you want the other particles, but when they come, you know that these particles belong from Adat Jazima, these particles from Adat Nasiba itself? Do you want me or not? Sisters Bilqis, Abu Nisa, Sabira, Sadia, what do you want me to do?
Yes, I say yes, sir. Please.
Sir, yes, sir. If you can send us this, we'll really appreciate.
What about the rest of the group? Doctor, Sister Nigat, Sister Kauthar, Amina, do you want me to send the remaining ones as well?
You can send it, but I have no idea what you mean.
So what it means is, Kauthar, lan itself, that is one particle which comes in front of the present tense and gives the last letter a fatha. There are some other particles as well which can come and they'll do the same action as lan, in the sense that the singular verb will take a fatha, and the dual and the plurals, the noons are dropped. That's what I mean.
Okay. And will you go through them with us as well, please?
I'll go through them as long as you are committed and you will not run away.
हम कब से तो आपके साथ हैं, देखिए
I know.
आप छोड़ गए थे हमको, हम डॉक्टर जफर ने फिर भी आपको ढूंढा और वापस लाए.
It was just because of the classes itself. That's the only reason why. Sister Sabira, Sister Abunasa, are you okay with that? Yeah.
Yes.
So I was thinking, Mulana,
Yeah.
all these students need to move to your extremely fast track class because it's just, I will get confused a lot more. My brain will turn into proper kachumbar, and then that'll be it.
No, what I'll do, I'll give you a message. I'll send you a message, and I'll go through them with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. It's just that you know, it's we kind of moving at a kind of a very speedy Gonzalez pace.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll slow the class down. What I'll do.
I mean, I'm speaking for myself.
No, that's fine.
The students need to join the very fast track class.
No. This is so fast. I don't think there could be another faster one, please.
All right.
But sister, what I find is I have no idea what's going on in the class today, but somehow what has happened before seems to start to make sense later on. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But I mean, if you give us more kind of particles,
Yeah.
it will not confuse us even more.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a valid point. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to I'll send you the actual text or thank you for that. That's really what I asked you, because you always give me a wise decision, Sister Sarah. No, seriously, that's the reason why I asked you. Now what we'll do is that I will send you the text example because of lam and lan. So I'm going to give you examples of them, and I want you to go through them. I'll send you a sheet, a PDF sheet, and mark them so that what we're going to learn, lam and lan, if you actually master them, that will be more than sufficient, because that is true. Because what I'll do, because the other particles, what will happen is that if I go to them as well and mention that this is what they do, I would have to explain their rulings as well, how they work in the context of text as well. So that would be more work for yourself. So that's a valid point. That's fair enough. So what I'll do, I'll just send you the ones which you have covered in lam and lan and fi'l mudari marfu. I think that's the best solution.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
that would be the best way of doing it.
Me too, please.
Yeah, I'll send it in the group. I'll send it in the group, inshallah. Okay. No problem. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum. Jazakallah. Now, if you sisters and brothers as well, with a brother as well, if you want to revise in the group, just message it in the group. If you want to do like a revision session amongst yourselves, by all means, if you want to use my Zoom account, I'll send it in the group and you can log in and sign in. Please do revision amongst yourselves. So Sister Farhana, Sister Kauthar, Sister Bilqis, and Sister Abunisa, Sabira, if you want to have one of the other sisters, or if you want to do it in pairs of twos, by all means do it in pairs of twos. Do you want me to make it in pairs of two, or would you be able to do it yourselves?
I think you should do it, Sheikh.
Sister Abunisa, Sister Sabira, are you okay? And Sister Shabnam, would you be able to do it?
If you can join us with any who is like Mukarrama and Kausar, they are very good sisters. They are very good in this, so we can always chat with them and learn more from them.
Yeah. So what to Sister Sadia? I think Sister Sadia and Sister Farhana. I think you'd be a good pair together, Sister Sadia and Sister Farhana. Sister Nigrat and Sister Nigrat with
me.
Yeah, Sister Kauthar, yeah, because you know you're quite good. And Sister Sabira, I would like you to go with Sister Bilqis. Sister Sabira and Bilqis. And Sister Zabun Nisa. Can you go with Sister Bilqis as well? Because or Sister Bilqis and Sister Shabnam.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, so Sister Zabunisa and Sister Shabnam together, and Sister Bilqis with Sister Sabira, and Doctor with Sister Amna. Amna, would that be okay, Doctor?
Yeah, Sister Amna is good for me.
Yeah, and who else? Anyone else remaining? Sister Mukarrama, I want you to join in. You're in America, so I need to think of timing for America. Sister
At
Bilqis.
present, I'm in East Africa, Sheikh, for the next few months.
You're in Africa at the moment.
Yes, East Africa, yes.
Okay, so join with Sister Bilqis because that'll be quite a good match. Because Sister Bilqis, bring us your sister as well, Sister Zamina. Where is she
Yes.
disappeared?
She just does not take the classes online. Yeah, she's just.
She's not okay. Okay, that's no problem. Okay, yeah. So join with Sister Bilqis as well. So 3 of you together, that'll be quite good because there's a triangle which you can make with yourself. Is that okay?
Okay.
So I should be with Sister Bilqis, right?
Yes, Sister Bilqis and Sister Sabira. 3 of you together.
Okay.
Okay, Jazakallah. Okay, thank you. So if anyone has any problems with the numbers, exchange it in the group, and I'll give you the numbers. Okay. Jazakallah. Thank you ever so much.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
If we are 3 or 4 in number, then it will be more better, our classes, or not really?
I was thinking that. Could we persuade Brother Zafar and Sister
Yeah,
Amina?
Brother Zafar and Amna, Sister Amna can be with us.
I'll be very happy to join. Amina, what do you think? Sorry, Amna is my daughter. That's why I'm so free with her. Just in case some people don't know, the wise